Despite recent backlash surrounding the leaking of personal information, Facebook's first quarter earnings are way above expectations. Joining us for a look at why is BNN's John Ehrlichman. Thanks for being here, John.
Thanks, Ben.
Okay, what's driving these earnings?
They are a money-making machine because all the advertising revenue that comes to Facebook, because they know your profile and they've got all this valuable data and the advertisers love it. And some people might be saying, hold on a second, didn't they just get into a lot of hot water because of all the data privacy issues? Well, this is the driving force behind their business. So even though that fallout continues, these numbers are just mind-blowing. Here's a stat for you. 10 years ago, when they first started placing ads on Facebook and making money, they generated around $270 million for the year. Big number.
Yeah.
Now they're generating, this year, about that amount every 2 days.
Wow.
And so I think they made it very clear while they're taking these data issues seriously, they're not moving away from advertising. And so the business model doesn't change. So this is going to be quite a balancing act for this company.
Okay, so that's what they're telling us about privacy.
Yeah.
But what do these earnings tell us about how people feel about their own privacy on Facebook?
I'm glad you said that because I feel like so many people, the sentiment is pretty sour right now.
Yeah.
And it's hard to measure all this because Facebook came out yesterday. They said they have 2.2 billion users around the world. So those numbers keep going up.
Yeah.
But it does feel like people are more skeptical today. And they just launched a big TV commercial where they talk about privacy issues. What they don't talk about is the fact that they're still going to collect your data.
Yeah.
They're going to tell you more about it, but they're still going to collect it because they make so much money with advertisers against that data.
And inertia's a hell of a thing. I mean, once you're on Facebook, the act of having to get off of Facebook, to a lot of people, they shrug and they say, well, they already have me, you know, what else can happen? How much more can they do with what they have?
That's right. And we saw Mark Zuckerberg, the founder and CEO, grilled by all those lawmakers. So I think they're going to continue to have to deal with those issues to a certain degree.
Okay, so the earnings are in. What are the markets saying, though?
They like the news. Don't forget that Facebook's stock got slammed on all these concerns.
They lost like 17%?
They did, and in the stock market, everybody looks at the technology companies. They look to Facebook and Netflix and Google and Amazon, which is reporting results today, because these companies have wild growth. So that's been one of the key drivers. When Facebook got hit by all that fallout, it actually slowed down the stock market. Those shares, they're probably going to trade higher today again.
Do you think that people are optimistic or rather bullish on Facebook because, you know, they tried to pivot, they've been pivoting for over a year now into becoming essentially a competitor in the television space, in the content space. And so that perhaps they haven't even scratched the surface on the potential of that side of their new business. I
think there is that opportunity, but I don't know that they want to. I don't know that they want to be like a cable company and just charge people to use Facebook and have great TV. They love that advertising that they're getting right now. They don't seem to be moving away from that. But you're right. 2.2 billion users, there's a lot you can do with that. So in the eyes of investors, I guess they're optimistic today.
Thank you very much, John. We appreciate it. All right. And you can follow this story all day long on BNN.